So it's not that it's hard, it's just that it takes commitment, a commitment to change out of the person you've been operating from into a new identity. And if your modus operandi has been procrastination or dropping things when it feels boring or like it's not working quickly enough for you, that's exactly the behavior you need to change now if you want to become more abundant in the things you do want as opposed to the things you don't want. Because you're manifesting, by the way, right? You're always manifesting. The likelihood is that you're probably just manifesting more of what you already have, which is what you don't actually want. Okay, welcome back. Oh my goodness, episode 99. This is cray cray. I've put this here as a bonus 13th episode for the season, even though it's usually 12 episodes per season. Firstly, because I love the number 13. I've been actually learning a lot about the number 13 with my shaman recently. And I feel it's just going to bring us some more abundance if we end with 13 and 99. But also because the 100th episode will be the first episode of the next season, which aligns really nicely. And I'm so excited for you to hear it. It's going to be something really special that I'm keeping a surprise until it launches. So we'll be having a few weeks break so I can chill a little bit over Christmas, do my own winter solstice hibernation and rest. And my sister's also coming from Israel and staying with us with her 2-year-old twins. So that's going to be hectic. But also amazing. And so I just wanted to wrap up any work this year and just be present. So the new season will air beginning of January. So just make sure if you're not already subscribed or following the podcast, that you do so that you get updates for when the next season launches. And this season has been just such an amazing one for me. I really have got to speak to the most amazing people. And my Rise episodes have just had so much love, and I've actually got more downloads and tend to get more downloads than the guest episodes, which always surprises me. I always just kind of, I guess, this is my shadow and my kind of narrow-minded ideas of what people want, that people want to hear guests and don't just want to hear me blabbering on about something, but apparently you do, so yay. And this season really has seen the biggest increase in listens, so thank you. Just a moment of gratitude for all of you who have listened, and just for those of you who are listening to uplevel your lives, because the more of us who move into this place of growth and healing, the more we raise our vibrations, and that raises the vibration of the planet. So you are literally doing a selfless act right now just by listening. And also, just before we go into the episode, I just want to say a huge hello to all my new Reconditioned Your Life Academy members who joined when we opened doors last month. We have been very busy inside the Academy with the ladies navigating their way through the course and starting our bi-weekly coaching calls together within the Academy. It really has been a very beautiful welcoming in all these amazing new women. So if you're one of them, you should be so proud of yourself. Well done you, and thank you just for trusting in me to take you through this journey. So if you're wondering how you can join, I only open doors to the Academy 3 times a year because I like to spend my time actually serving the community instead of focusing on selling it. So we'll launch again in March. So if you do want to get your name on the waiting list, just go to my website and go to offerings and you'll find the Academy there. And just remember as well that these doors really do close. When I say we open for a week, it's a week and that's it. I don't open them up again for one person or 3 people who weren't sure during that week or didn't believe we'd close it and procrastinated. It's here to serve the community that is in it. So remember that for when we open next time, if you're kind of kicking yourself and not joining now. So anyway, thank you for being here for the last episode of the season. And I've done this one because I want you to manifest the 2023 you are dreaming of, and I want to show you how to do it. And now just a little PSA also, my Reset and Recondition New Year program is available for purchase on the website now. And I'll just read out the little premise for you so you get what it is. A 14-day body, mind and soul cleanse with recipes, journal prompts and other recommendations offered to you in a step-by-step guide to align you for a healthful and abundant entry into 2023. So it's only £35 and it will help you create the 2023 you want. So every day for the first 14 days of the year, You'll have affirmations, recipes, journal prompts, manifestation tips, health tips, recommendations, so much to help you create your best year yet. So head over to laurenvakneen.co.uk and go to offerings to purchase that now, as you want to get it ahead of January the 1st so that you can know how to prepare yourself going into it. Okay, so let's get on to the episode. Okay, so one of the challenges I hear from you guys the most is how hard it is to drop into meditation or even to relax and just feel calm. And you know I speak a lot here about how our bodies have not evolved to manage the level of stress we're faced with today, which means we're constantly in fight or flight mode with our sympathetic nervous systems always activated, which we know leads to depression and anxiety and also chronic health problems. If we want to be well, we have to find ways to mitigate this. We have to do that ourselves. And I believe in merging natural daily practices with the kind of health tech that enables us to counter and mitigate the challenges that modern life throws at us. And the Sensate is one of those products, and I want to tell you about it. So the Sensate is a small palm-sized device that sends infrasonic waves through the chest in order to activate the vagus nerve and calm the autonomic nervous system, which is the body's command center. Together with the specially composed hemispheric audio within the app, you will literally feel calmer after only a short session. I give this to anyone I'm with if I have it on me, which I usually do, and everyone has the same response. It's amazing, and I already feel less stressed, and where can I get one? Now, I'm particularly recommending the Sensate to anyone who suffers from anxiety and wants to help calm the nervous system, those who want to deepen their meditation practice, and people who are looking for ways to be calmer and more grounded. Now, most of you know I work with a shaman, and he has taught me that our higher intelligence places ideas of health technology in the minds of those who can create and invent these products. And I truly believe this to be the case with things like the Aura Ring, the Somavedic, even diagnostic devices in hospital. And for me, I believe that to be true with the Sensate. We have lived for too long in a high stress state. We need more to help us counter that. So you can get £20 off the Sensate by visiting getsensate.com. That's GETSENSATE.com and using the code Lauren20. That's getsensate.com and the code Lauren20. Thank you to Sensate for partnering with Reconditioned. And now back to the episode. All right, so originally this episode 99 was supposed to be about trauma because we prepare these in advance. We prepare kind of our schedule in advance. So this was supposed to be about trauma, but I decided to actually release that in the new year and create this episode for now because everyone's worried about this recession and energy price rises and the crash of the financial market and all the other stuff. So I thought that this was the most important episode I could put out before you hit the new year. So what is the key thought process in manifestation? Let's go straight in at the deep end. The key thought process in manifestation is this. The universe, God, source, divinity, whatever your word is for it, I'll use universe for this purpose. The universe knows what you know. Whatever you know to be your truth becomes your truth. Energy transmutes into matter. As above, so below. As within, so without. Your internal reality reflects your external reality. Now, this isn't woo, this is science, quantum physics, which, as I always say, is the most exact of all sciences. It's just harder for humans to measure or quantify than, say, something in biology, like photosynthesis. But in photosynthesis, there are changes. Science continues to find new things that prove wrong the last theory. Even most of Darwin's theories were actually wrong, and we're seeing that now. So who are we listening to? But quantum physics, it's an exact law. It's universal law. It doesn't change depending on who the top scientists of the time are or what the political climate is like that dictates which truth gets out. Quantum physics is not a theory, it is a law. That which we see in our mind, we hold in our hands. So wherever you are now versus where you want to be, you have to start being the person you will be when you have all that you want now. So when I was sick and miserable and broke because I couldn't work or get a boyfriend or even go out with my friends some days because I just couldn't be bothered to ask them to make an arrangement at a place that would be disabled friendly and blah, 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 it took for me to realize this law. I was still sick and broke and single when I shifted into being the person I am now. I shifted into being that person before I had all the stuff I have now. It's that be, do, have thing. So the healthy body, the husband, the kids, the big house, the business, etc. That was my key change, not the things happening, right? That would be operating from have, do, be. When I have this, I can then do that and then I can be that person. Go back and see the episodes I've done on identity and operating from the place of the person you want to be before you've actually got there, because that will help you in terms of how we shift that identity. And the identity we're operating from, because that is what creates the manifestation. The universe knows what you know, and what you know will become your reality, whether it's what you think or you want or not. So there's a quote I often use from Neil Donald Walsh's Conversations with God, which I just recommend to everyone if you haven't read it. And it's, and know that what you do in the time of your greatest trial can be your greatest triumph. For the experience you create is a statement of who you are and who you want to be. And then there's another one that goes, there is only one reason to do anything, a statement to the universe of who you are. So what statement are you giving the universe of who you are based on the behaviors you're acting out? Now, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. We have to remember that we are a product of our conditioning. So a lifetime of false belief system will take effort to overwrite. But that is when neuroplasticity and manifestation combine. This is why I have a whole module on neuroplasticity and brain training on the Recondition Your Life Academy, as well as a whole module on manifestation. We have to rewire those neural pathways in the brain that enable those old thought processes and behaviors to continue, so that we can cultivate the normalization in our brain and our entire being of having it now. So it's not that it's hard, it's just that it takes commitment, a commitment to change out of the person you've been operating from into a new identity. And if your modus operandi has been procrastination or dropping things when it feels boring or like it's not working quickly enough for you, that's exactly the behavior you need to change now if you want to become more abundant in the things you do want as opposed to the things you don't want. Because you're manifesting, by the way, right? You're always manifesting. The likelihood is that you're probably just manifesting more of what you already have, which is what you don't actually want. At least you don't think you want it, but your thoughts and actions tell the universe otherwise. If you haven't yet heard, I have just released a free journaling course. If you've always wanted to try journaling but just don't know where to start, or you've been hearing how powerful journaling can be but you just don't understand why, or you want to create a daily practice that enhances your life but you just need a little support in doing that without it costing you anything, this course will do all that for you. It is packed with content that will show you just why journaling is important, how to do it, where to start, and how to make it work for you. It is completely free, and that is as a way for me to pay it forward, because journaling really is one of the most integral parts of my growth practice, and I want to give that to you. All you have to do is click on the link in the show notes to get the course sent directly to your inbox. Now, here's the big clincher here. If you hold attachment to your manifestation, so it feels like desperation, that I need this, I want this, that causes resistance. And what we resist persists. So we have to learn how to release the attachment to the outcome. So we set the intention, we hold the vision, we do the action, because we're not just sitting around visualizing without actually acting on it. That's not manifestation. We do all that, and then we release the attachment to the outcome, which is a very big lesson that most of us will spend our lifetimes trying to perfect or master. So why do we do that? It's because when we're attached to it, we don't believe it's ours already. When we've got desperation for it, when we need it instead of just kind of, I would like it, we're saying we don't already have it. Now, on an energetic level, we have it all. So when we are in that place of need and desperation, we're still not able to manifest it towards us because we're actually causing resistance to it. And the only thing that enables that to happen is fear. Capital F, fear. Now, in reality, though we possess as humans a whole spectrum of emotion, really there are only two emotions that exist, and that is love and fear. That's all there is. All the in-between can be umbrellaed under both of those. So sadness, fear of what you don't have. Frustration, fear it's not happening how you want it. Grief, fear of not having the thing you're grieving for. It all comes under fear and love. Now, when you're vibrating at the frequency of fear, that's pretty much the lowest vibrational frequency that exists for us. So I don't care if you're there with your vision board and your journaling and your action, if after all that work you're putting in, you're going, please let it happen, I need this to happen, I need it. If you do that, you've already lost it. It ain't happening. You attract what you fear. Thoughts rooted in fear will equal situations and outcomes resonant with that. So if you're scared of it not happening because you're attached to the outcome of what will happen if it doesn't, i.e. if you don't lose the weight, if you don't get healthy, if you don't make that money, if you don't meet the partner, you don't fall pregnant, you're then going to attract more of that. Now, I get that coming from that place you've always existed from, in the reality of this thing we call life, not making the money when you have bills to pay and kids to feed, or not meeting the partner when you want kids and you're constantly being reminded that your body clock is ticking, that is scary. I get it. But that is where the work is. In shifting that fear to love and complete trust and surrender that how it's happening is exactly how it's meant to. And that when your thoughts align with your dreams, you will start manifesting. At least manifesting the things you actually want. Because on the opposite side to fear, thoughts rooted in love will produce the opposite to what the thoughts rooted in fear will. And so what do we mean by love? When you're in a place of trust in the universe, you're grateful for everything you have, despite how much you would like to still have, but you are genuinely absolutely grateful for the roof over your head, the money in your bank, the food on the table, the health in your body or your children's bodies. Even if you don't have those things to their fullest, can you be grateful for how much you do have of them? So as an example of this, when I was trying to recover from this debilitating arthritis I had, I started being grateful for the fact that, hey, all my organs worked. Maybe I couldn't use any of my joints and I had no use of my limbs, but my organs worked and my blood was healthy and I could breathe easily and I had hair. Because once upon a time I took a chemo drug and you'll know what happens there. So regardless of the fact that I couldn't walk or move my arms, I had all those other things. What would it feel like to not walk and not have all my organs working? Now that really would be shitty. So there was gratitude. And that's love. Operating in love because we are love. We are nothing more than light beings of love. So to embody that is to embody truth. And when we're in full expression of that, it's all love. And then we manifest more abundance because love is abundant. So think of it like this. Emotion is energy in motion. When you move energy, i.e. by feeling it and living it, you create effect. If you move enough energy, you create matter, which is how thoughts produce matter or thoughts turn into matter. So if you're moving fear through your body, you eventually turn that fear into matter, i.e. situations that are in resonance with fear. If you move love through your body, you turn that into matter, i.e. situations that are resonant with love. And what sort of energy do we think money is resonant with? I can tell you it's not resonant with fear. Any abundance, whether that's financial, health, or otherwise, is resonant with love. So if you want more abundance in your life, you need to be operating from love, not fear. The universe knows what you know. So what do you know now that you want the universe to know? Start pondering on that. And as a little guide from me, could you maybe take to your journal and journal around what you need to do in order to transmute fear into love so that you can start manifesting big in 2023? Okay, short and sweet. I think that's actually the best way. You don't need to know anything other than what I've just told you. And just listen back to this as many times as you need to until it sinks in fully. Okay, my loves, don't forget to check out the Reset and Reconditioned 14-day New Year program. And I am sending you love and blessings for the end of 2022 and an abundant, healthful entry into 2023. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Reconditioned. I am honestly so grateful to each and every person that tunes in. Thank you also for taking responsibility for your own well-being. You should know that just by choosing to listen to podcasts like this that further your well-being, you're moving more deeply into abundance consciousness. Now, don't forget, I have a bunch of free resources over at laurenvakneen.co.uk, as well as every recommendation you could ever need in regards to your well-being on the LV Recommends page, all categorized for your ease. Thank you also to our sponsors. These episodes would not be possible without them, so make sure to check them out and get some pretty awesome discounts on the show notes. And of course, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so that you can get updated each time a new one is released. Thank you. I appreciate you. Reconditioned is proud to be working with Women for Women International, a charity that supports women survivors of war in 8 war-torn countries around the world. You can help a woman survivor of war transform her life today by visiting womenforwomen.org.uk/donate.